Hi, this is Ken Litcher. I'm the Dean of Student Life at Union. I want to share with you some of the resources we have available for COVID-19 on Union's website. First, when you navigate to uu.edu, you'll see up in the main menu that we have a COVID-19 selection. I want you to click that if you have any questions about COVID-19. If you're wondering if you need to quarantine, if you've been told you need to quarantine, if you're not feeling well and are wondering if you should isolate, if you just have any other general questions about COVID-19, this is the best and first place that you should go. We've got a whole bunch of information with our health and safety plan, COVID testing sites, all of that, but I want to share with you a couple of resources. The first one is the frequently asked questions. So if you click on that, you'll notice that we have a ton of questions available on here. And so if you're wondering about specific items, go ahead and check here first. That will let you know what close contact is, or what should I do if I'm sick, what is COVID-19, all of that. So that's available on the frequently asked questions. The other resource I want to point you to is the COVID-19 questionnaire. The COVID-19 questionnaire is what we ask you to fill out if you think you need to quarantine, if you're just not feeling well and you are wondering if you need to isolate. All of those, if you've been tested, we want you to let us know on here. And so what this looks like when you navigate to this questionnaire, there's a bunch of information on here. You'll start out by letting us know what your situation is. And it will really kind of walk you through a bunch of questions, and it will also give you answers to some of those questions that you have or some of those situations. So as you fill it out, you'll choose from 7 options. I'm not feeling well, but I haven't been tested. I have been, or I think I've been exposed to COVID-19, and I don't know if I should quarantine. I have been tested for COVID, but I'm waiting my test results. I've tested positive for COVID. And it was either a rapid test or a PCR test. Option 5 is that I've been tested for COVID, but my result was negative. Option 7 is I was tested for COVID using the rapid test, but I don't have my PCR test back yet. And then if you just have a general question about COVID-19 that's not available on our frequently asked questions, you can select that option and then ask the question and someone will get back with you for it. As you fill out this form, it will not only let our staff know to reach out to you and to make sure that you know what to do, but it will also just give you those answers on what you should do as well, so you'll know if you need to quarantine or isolate. So think of this, though, as your kind of COVID-19 diary. If you are not feeling well and you go to fill this out and you put that you are option 1, I have these symptoms, but I haven't been tested. And you select that and fill it out. And then you do go and get tested. We want you to come back here, fill out this form again, and select I've been tested, but I'm waiting on my test results. And then once you get those test results back, we want you to come back to this form again and update us with what the results are. This helps us know how to best serve you, as well as giving you the information that you need in order to handle your specific situation correctly. The other thing I want to point out to you is this I've been vaccinated button. If you have been vaccinated for COVID-19 and you've completed, right now the only 2 vaccines available are those that require 2 vaccine doses. But if you've completed that, we want you to let us know. So you can click on I've been vaccinated and fill out a brief form that lets us know, and then you can take a picture of your completed certificate, and we can put that in our file so that we have that available. So if you've been vaccinated, please let us know for that. And then the final couple things I want to tell you about is if you are currently in quarantine, you're a student or even a staff member, and you are in quarantine and it's getting to the point where you are ready to be out, we want you to go to this website. It should be in the email that tells you that you have to go into quarantine as well, but uureslife.com/quarantine release. We want you to go there a day or 2 before you are supposed to be released, and really a day or 2 work days before you're supposed to be released, and just have you fill it out and give us this information so that we can clear you to return to work and class and athletics, whatever the situation might be, but return to your regular schedule with that. So that is if you're in quarantine, which means that you're not sick, you've just been told you've been in close contact with somebody who's sick. I want you to go to uureslife.com/quarantine release. Now, if you have been sick, whether you're positive for COVID or just symptomatic, we want you to go to uureslife.com/isolation release. When you go there, it's a similar form. We want you to fill it out and give us this information. And if you have tested positive, again with that, we're going to ask you to upload your positive test result to this, because that test result will let us know that, hey, you do not need to quarantine again unless you're feeling sick, but you do not need to quarantine again if you've been in close contact with somebody who's positive for 3 months after your positive test date. So that's important for us to know, so that we're not telling you you need to be out of class when actually you don't need to be out of class because you're a previous positive. I hope that's been helpful. Again, remember, the most helpful piece of this is if you go to Union's website and you click on COVID-19 at the top. All this information is here. The COVID-19 questionnaire, the form to let us know you've been vaccinated, as well as the frequently asked questions. And then if you do select data, that will just let you know where you're currently at here at Union, active cases of students, faculty, and staff by campus. That information is updated every weekday morning when school is in session. Hope that's been helpful. We look forward to having you back here on campus. Stay safe, stay healthy, and can't wait to have you back.